Okay, tonight's video you are going to be learning about using the area model to solve multiplication situations with two-digit whole number multiplied by a two-digit number. You're going to need to break apart one or both of the numbers by their place value. In this case it will be tens and ones because they're only in two digits. For our first problem, how would you use the area model to show 27 times 3? We're going to break apart 27 by its place value. Here we have 27 broken apart. We've got 20 and the 7, and we have 3 down here in the ones section. You have to make sure you do that, not put it up here in the tens section, because where they meet is where you write the number. And 20 times 3 is 60. And where they meet is where you write the number. And 3 times 7 is 21. Then you're going to add those partial products up. 60 plus 21 equals 81. Now what if the problem was 27 times 32? How would you break apart 27? And how would you break apart 32? By place value, we have 20, and we have 7, and we have 30, and we have 2. And 30 times 20 will give you, just like 3 times 2 is 6, 30 times 20, those are both tens, so you have to have 2 zeros, one for each of the tens. And this is 7 times 3 tens. 3 times 7 is 21. For 7 times 30 is 210. And then we're going to have 2 times 2 tens, which is equal to 40. And lastly, 2 times 7, which we hope you know is 14. So I'm only cutting the box into half because I'm going to have a problem like this. 46 times 30. This 30 is an even 10. So I'm just going to put it down here. I don't have any ones to separate from it. But I do have 46. So I have 40 and 6. So 30 times 40 is just like 3 times 4, which is 12. But those are both tens. So that will give us 1200, or 1200. And 30 times 6, 3 times 6 is 18. Those are tens, that 30, so it's 18 tens. And we just add up those partial products to get our total. So it's a little faster. You only have 2 partial products when you multiply by an even 10. Here's a word problem. Nick collected stamps. He had 23 World War I stamps and 13 World War II stamps. A museum offered to buy them for a display. They will pay Nick $65 each stamp. How much will Nick make if he sells his stamps? Well, let's go first and collect our information. 23 World War I stamps and 13 World War II stamps. They're going to pay him $65 each stamp. And we want to know how much he'll make. So we have 23 plus 13 for both kinds of stamps. And then they're going to pay him $65 each. So we need to know how much those are. And we get a total of 36 stamps times $65 each. This is where our area model comes in handy. We can break up both of these numbers by their tens and ones. So we have 65 and 36. Now 3 times 6 is 18, so we've got 30 times 60. It's going to give us 1,800. And then we have 30 times 5 will give us 1,500, or 15 tens. And 6 times 60 will give us 36 tens. And 6 times 5 is 30. I've shrunk it down so we have some room to work. We're going to add up our partial products. 1,800, 150, 360, and 30. $2,340. You better start collecting stamps. What if the museum only offered Nick $60 each stamp? That's an even 10. We still need to get this total first and multiply it by 60. So remember, that was a total of 36. And we're going to multiply that by that 60, that even 60. So we'll only need 2 boxes in the area model. Separate 30 from 6, and then we'll put 60 up there at the top. 30 times 60 give us 1,800. And 6 times 6 tens will give us 36 tens, or 360. We add these partial products up. And we see he has made $2,160. All right, your homework tonight is to do the online quiz. It should show up this time. And while you're at it, check to see if last night's question shows up. I'm curious about that. And the IXL code that matches this, that's called box multiplication, is D 15, and that's a 4th grade code. And you should, of course, still be practicing that 3rd grade squares code, which was G20. And read, read, read. Since you don't have to respond, all you have to do is log. All right, have a good night.